So let me ask you something. I know you spent most of your working life in sales.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What is the number one sales tip you would give? You would give me.
Always make sure that you come through and honest. Be honest with the person.
Be honest with the person. Yeah,
Tell them right off the bat, look, this is what it is.
So don't promise something you can't deliver.
No, of course not.
Okay.
Of course not.
So it's the same as today.
Yeah.
See that?
Okay.
And so you sold heating oil, right? You went house to house, knocking on doors. So you weren't cold calling, you were knocking on the door.
In those days, all the construction, new construction,
Yeah.
in the 1965, was all oil heat.
Yeah, everything was oil heated.
In 1965. So the project went up 50 houses, took all the addresses down,
Yeah.
and as soon as we seen the drapes up, you knocked on the door.
So
The guy moved in. You would check it once a week, going up and down. You take once the guy did, scratch him off because you already went to his door, and you keep doing that.
So there was a new construction district. So let's say a new block of houses.
Yeah.
Right. And so the contractor didn't already secure an oil supplier.
Yes, he had an oil supplier, but you tried to go there and get there before him.
Okay. So you would knock on the door. And
Yeah, but see, the guy that bought the house was not tied in to who the contractor was buying, unless there was an oil-fired water heater, which was very few.
Okay.
Wasn't that many companies that would put a water heater in until the customer moved in.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got there when the guy just moved in and the guy that was supplying the contractor had not gone yet, well, you had a chance of getting him. A lot of guys says, well, you're the first guy. A lot of people would say, well, you're the first guy that came to my door. I'm going to take you.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people had that attitude.
So your number one, okay, so far we have number one sales advice, be honest, right? And never promise something you can't deliver.
And follow up.
Okay, so number two is follow up.
Always follow up.
So your number two sales advice, or your top three, whatever, follow up.
Yeah, you got to follow up. You got to make sure.
Didn't they call you Mr. Follow Up?
Mr. Follow Up.
That was your nickname, right?
That's what they call Mr. Follow Up.
Follow-up.
Always follow something up.
Okay.
If you've told the guy the oil, and the guy says, okay, listen, send your man here to clean the furnace on such a date.
Yeah.
Well, I'd make sure that the day before I'd call the service guy, and the same day call him to see if he went.
Okay,
And
good.
call the customer to see if he was happy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
cool.
that's what sales is all about. You can't just sell and walk away. You got to,
So now it's a little bit easier because they have email, they have text message, but you actually picked up the phone.
Yeah. Now there's nothing.
Dial.
No, I used to dial phones. Used to make 45 calls in an hour, 45 phone calls in an hour.
Yeah.
Calling people that bought houses. I'd find out. I had ways of finding out, getting leads,
Yeah.
and would phone the people.
Cold calling is difficult.
Yeah, well, that's what I did.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, that's what I did.
A lot of people are terrified about cold calling.
I used to cold call all the time, knock on the door. So the guy put the drapes up, just moved in.
As soon as you put the drapes up.
Well, yeah, if you were there on a Tuesday and you went back the following Tuesday, okay, and there was drapes in that empty house, but then the guy just moved in.
Yeah, yeah.
So I told him, look, I came to give you a demonstration of your furnace. So, no.
Okay.
So we showed him where to put the oil in, showed him where to take the air filters out. And
So
that was a big demonstration.
you would cold knock. So you would cold knock on his door,
Yeah.
and you would say, "I'm here to give you a demonstration of your furnace."
Well,
That
I used
is
to.
awesome.
Yeah, we used to.
Isn't that a little bit? Well, that's
It
not
all
really dishonest.
depended. It all depended how the guy used to answer you at the door.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the guy said, "Well, look, I'm not." I said, "Look, I can show you how the furnace works." While
But
I'm
that's
here.
fantastic. You're giving value. You're
Yeah.
giving the client value,
Yeah.
and at the end of the demonstration, so you've given him or her
Yeah.
value,
Yeah.
and then you say, "Hey, by the way, if you want to buy oil from me."
No, I didn't say that. I used to tell them we're there to sell them oil, and the guys, well, I'm not sure, and everything. I said, well, do you know how the furnace works? I don't. I think. Let me show you.
Ah, that's
and I said,
awesome.
and that's
Isn't that amazing?
yeah. Because if you tell him you're going to give him a demonstration, then you'd be lying to him.
Yeah. No,
So,
that's
So
fantastic.
you should go there and say, listen.
You give them value. Yeah. So did you used to celebrate when you made a sale or when you had a good week? Was there a ritual that you had?
Are you kidding? What ritual? You never got a draft beer from anybody.
No, but I'm saying, let's say it was a Friday, you
No.
had an amazing
I
week.
drank a lot of wine with the Italians because I spoke Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Italians, you had to drink their wine. They all made the best wine.
Okay.
So I used to have to drink a glass of wine. If it was an Italian, I always had to drink a glass of wine before leaving.
Okay.
And I had a lot of Italian customers.
You never, at the end, like on a Friday, you look at your sales and you said, "Wow, I made one of my best weeks ever."
I had no
Let
time.
me go out and.
I had no time, but to get back home.
Okay.
I had no time.
Okay.
I had no time. You were playing hockey, dancing school, whatever it was for the kids. You're always busy.
Okay. Okay.
You don't have much
All right,
time.
Fair enough. So that's good so far, right?
Yeah.
It's going
really
good. You want to have coffee? Dessert?
No. God, I hate that. Are you kidding? I couldn't finish that last smoke.